Hi folks, welcome to the Plain Fun RC channel. Doing a quick update on the Adam A-500. It's been a little while since we've done an update on it. It was on a hold. I was waiting on some switches and stuff to arrive, and while we were waiting, I went ahead and I switched over to the Pond Racer and built that. But now we're waiting for parts on that, and I'm going to switch them back to the Adam to do the last little bits and pieces. One of the things was adding the switch here that is going to power the retract unit back there. Now you can power the retract unit off of the receiver, but I didn't want to draw that much power. I'm not exactly sure how much it's drawing, but either way, it's probably not a lot. But as a precautionary measure, I just went ahead and we added a switch, as you can see right there. Now I was waiting for these switches. These switches are using an 18 gauge wire as opposed to one of your standard switches, which would use about a 20 to 22 gauge wire roughly. So, able to handle a little extra current. So in the event these motors that are powering the electric retracts are in fact drawing quite a bit of power. So we've got that in, that's in place, that's added. We're going to be powering the retracts with a simple 2300 from Echo A123 battery pack. I like the A123s, they do a nice job. And you can keep them in the plane and charge them in the plane without worrying about them catching fire. Plus, they maintain their storage charge really well. So if there's a few months where I'm not flying, then the charge is just stays where it needs to be. Anyway, so all we need to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and get the switch installed. We're going to get the rest of the windows put in, as you can see here. Get her balanced, and that's it. And she's done. So we're going to focus on this right now while we're waiting for those parts for that wonderful Pond Racer. But more to come. All right, folks, continuing with our final update on the Adam A-500 by Kondor Model Products. We've got our front windshield in place. As you can see, that took a little bit of finagling, but we got it in, and we'll go ahead and we'll put our other one in tomorrow. We're going to let this fully dry. And then we'll put in our last two side windshields here, and of course the one right over there, and then she'll be done. And then we just need to balance her out. All right, more to come. All right, folks, continuing with our final update on the Kondor Model Products Adam A-500. All the windows are in, went really well. I only had a problem with a little bit of problem with this window here, and that one you can see is not quite centered, but all the rest were fine. And this one, the issues with the window were not due to the kit. That was just me. Now, the only issue I ran into was putting these battery packs in place. Now, I went based on an article I saw in Model Airplane News where the editor or the writer of the article had actually cut out this door here to install the batteries. Now, I would have loved to have done that, but there was a former that went right down in the center. So there's no way I could have cut that door out, which is why I put the door back here. Well, I can tell you it is very difficult to get these batteries in place. And you'll notice this pack here, that is for the retracts. That pack there is the other pack for the receiver. And remember, I've got a receiver pack here sitting right on the actual engine mount itself, the extension, engine box, excuse me. And I've got a pack here because we're using the 20-channel Spectrum receiver, and it's got redundant battery packs. So if one fails, it automatically switches over to another one. And normally I wouldn't use the 8,000 milliamps on a plane like this, but it's got well, on most planes. But this thing is running minimum 13 servos, and of course you got the retracts, and you've got the other stuff to the ESCs and everything. So we got to make sure there's enough power, because when you've got that many servos, that it can draw power pretty fast. Draw it down. You don't want to be in flight and start losing your power. So anyway, the trick I did find, though, is to put the packs on top of the actual motor packs themselves, and then go ahead and then put the battery packs in place. Now, I know initially I had two straps for each tray, but I found that the other strap just kept getting in the way, and you don't need two, you just need one. So one strap is more than enough to hold the battery in place. So the batteries are in place. I'll have to balance her out, but basically she's done. So I anticipate when things start to warm up a little bit more and clear up a little bit around here, we'll get her out for her maiden flight, and hopefully everything will go well. And that'll be about it. So that's it. That's the final update on the Adam A-500. And when we do a flight video, I promise to put one up. All right, have a great day.